actually is called Tavo. So the parasha Tavo, when you shall come in, when you shall come in. We remember that last week we had the parasha that was called Cesar, right? Which means when you shall go out. That is when you shall go out to battle. Because we need to understand that every time that we go out, it is for a battle, right? Because every day we go out for our daily bread, seeking other things, it's a battle, fighting against the Isara, the evil inclination of a man. But this week, parasha is the opposite of that of last week, which is parasha Tavo, when you shall come in. So we are going to see when you come in, what do you bring in? You are bringing your labor, the hard work of your labor that you labored when you went out. Now you are bringing the precious fruit back home. So that is when you shall come in. So it begins by relating the mitzvot of the first fruit and the tithe which are to be brought to Adonai after entering the land and taking possession of it. The parasha then detailed how the ceremony of the blessings and the curses was to be executed on Mount Gerizim and on Mount Eber, after the entry of the children of Israel into the land with Yehoshua. The parasha then detailed the blessing, the Abraham of the 36th blessing, and the admonishment, the Torah of the 98 curses, which Moses related to the children of Israel before his death. In the final 8 verses of the parasha, Moshe reiterates the importance of observing the commandment in the land of Israel after taking possession of it. The parasha Tavo is the 50th parasha of the Torah. The number 50 corresponds to the 50th gate of understanding, the 8th sphere. It teaches us the pure, unadulterated truth before Moshe gives his final speech on the day of his death, recorded in the last 4 parashot of the Torah. The number 441 is one of the most significant number in Judaism, and it is the gematria for the word emet. What is emet? The truth. Thus, this parasha, we shall see the details and the plan of the unadulterated truth of emet. So what is all this saying? What I'm trying to say is that the parasha is teaching us the 4th mitzvot of when we bring in the fruit from the field. All our labors, when we bring them in inside our home. And inside this fruit, we have to do what? We have to tithe to the Almighty. And this tithe has to be taken and be put in a basket and be taken to Yerushalayim to be presented before the Engadol. So the parasha actually details a lot of things that we have to do before all those things takes place. I want us to go a little bit of a glance inside because we're going to discuss a little bit of gematria here. It is very important because this parasha is the 50th parasha in the Torah, and the number 50 in Judaism actually correspond to the 50th gate of understanding. The number 50 in Judaism is very important. 50th means the 50th gate of understanding, which is from in Kabbalah, it means that it is from the 8th sphere, that is from the highest of the highest. And that is the word emet, the truth. What is the truth? Who is the truth? The Holy One, blessed He, is the truth. He is the only truth. And there's nothing beside Him. So we're going to see a little bit, because it's going to be a lot of numbers here, so I want us to please actually listen and so that we can understand. The number admonishment in Gematria, the number is 444. And that number is the same with the Gematria of the word Mikdash, which is the temple. So admonishment is punishment or a cause. So how can a cause be the same number with the temple? So we're going to see the relationship between them now. For the children of Israel married to have the divine presence dwell in their midst, which is the temple. So that they will have a life of the Torah, because the Torah is the tree of life. If they do not live a godly life, the divine presence will leave them. That is as it has been twice in history, when the temple, the first temple was destroyed and the second temple was destroyed. So if we live a bad life, it would not follow the commandment of the Lord. If we rebel against the Holy One of Israel, if we refuse to listen to his advice and to heed to his warning, then the cause will come instantly. The admonishment will come instantly. And that is exile. We will be sent away from the land, because we refuse to obey the Holy One of Israel, which he has commanded us to do. So the admonishment is solely for the purpose of returning the Jewish people back to Adonai, so that the divine presence will return back to them. How? When we do something that is wrong and the admonishment comes, which is the cause, and we were sent into exile. So the purpose of sending us into exile is for the Holy One of Israel to have mercy and compassion upon us and to bring us back into the land. When we cry unto him in exile and ask him, "Oh Lord, the God of our forefathers, we have sinned against you. We have done wrong against you. We've never listened to your advice. We did not, we see what we pretend to be blind. We do not do justice in the land. Now have mercy upon us. Please, for the sake of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, be compassionate." The God of our forefather will have mercy upon us, and He will return us back into the land. And His presence, His divine presence, will come down again and dwell among us. As it is written in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, from verse 7, "From the day of your fathers, you have turned aside from my ordinances, and you have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, says Adonai, the Lord of hosts. But you say, where shall we return?" There is a circular pattern of observant, blessing, non-observant, admonition, that is exile, return, and observant. Okay, I'm going to break it down now. It's like a circle. When we do well, everything goes well. There is safety. There is safety in the land. There is blessing in the land. There is a lot of abundance in the land. But when we refuse to listen, when we sin against the Lord God of our forefathers, instantly there will be punishment. And that punishment always takes the form of exile from the land. And when we are sent out of the land, in exile, when we remember all our sins and our transgressions, and we return to the God of our forefathers, He will return us back home. So you can see that admonishment, which has the gematria of 444, is equivalent with the Mishkan, which has the same gematria of 444. The purpose of you going into exile is for the Holy One of Israel, blessed be He, to return us back home. So now, until finally the Jewish people will realize that it is for their benefit to keep the Torah. And not leave the true path, the path of truth. And not to leave the path of truth. This final realization will happen when with the coming of Mashiach in the end days. He will close this circle of disobedient, obedient, disobedient, obedient, disobedient, and obedient. Leading the Jewish people into the era of final redemption. Indeed, the word tohaha means admonishment. The word tohaha means admonishment, punishment. Can also be understood as a proof, which is called tohaha. Which is called ohaha. Sorry. And the gematria of the word proof, which is ohaha, is 441. The gematria of the word truth is 441. So punishment equals to proof, and proof equals to the truth. So when we disobey and will be punished, that will prove to the Jewish people, to Israel, that it is not good to leave the path of the Torah. Understanding that the path of the Torah is a path of truth. And what is the proof? The fact that if a Jew does not perform the commandment, he will receive punishment. From the Holy One. It will be proven to him that Adonai, before his very eyes, he will see the absolute truth. The ultimate admonition of a Jew is exile. Both spiritually and physically. Because in exile, we lost all contact to our roots. in exile, the yoke, the heavy body, it's always been pressed upon us. In exile, which is the place of punishment, galut, means that we will not be able to perform all the mitzvot which the Holy One of Israel has commanded us to do, because we are not in the land. So, because it becomes a physical exile and also a spiritual exile. Adonai Elohim will set up a net, which means a banner. For the nations, and he will assemble the children of Israel from all nations and gather all the exile of Yehuda from all the four corners of the planet. Today, many Jews have returned to the land of Israel, ending the 2,000 years of exile. In the book of Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12, he said, I will gather all my people from all four corners of the globe and bring them back home. That is what the Holy One is doing now. We can see that the Israelis from all walks of life are being awakened in the spirit. And they are now realizing in their mind that the Holy One, blessed be He, is calling me back home. I always say a particular thing. Many people say, oh, my mama is not a Jew, my papa is not a Jew. He said, you know what? I am born from Romania. I'm from Cuba. I am from Nigeria. I am from South Africa. But I love the God of Israel. How do you come to that understanding? I always tell people that, do you understand who you really are? You are of Israel from the beginning. Because when we understand this from the deepest part of our heart, we will not be wonder which only one of as he has spoken in Isaiah chapter 11 verse 12, that I'm going to bring all my people all over the world and bring them back to my holy mountain in Jerusalem. Going back into the book of Exodus, when the Holy One, blessed be He, appeared unto our forefathers on Mount Sinai, and we all proclaim, we will listen and we will do. On that very day, the DNA of an Israeli man changed. We are not like the rest of the world, and we will never be like them. No matter how we try to blend in, we are not the part of the world. We will never be like them. Most of us pretend, oh, I want to be like this now, I want to be like that now. But we need to remember that God said this is a nation that is going to dwell in solitude. It's going to dwell alone. It's not like the rest of the world. I have taken him out of the world. He's mine. He's set apart for a mission to bring the whole world back unto me. So our DNA changed on that day when the light of the Holy One reflected upon us. So now that DNA is being awakened by the Holy One of Israel, blessed be He, on in individual's life. So don't think if you say, oh, you know what, my mama is not a Jew, my papa is not a Jew, then I am not a Jew. No, you are a Jew because the Holy One is what is awakening that DNA that has been laid from the beginning inside you. To be an Israel is not a nation, but it's a calling. We can hear from the beginning because the Holy One called our father for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Come, and I'll show you a land. Abraham heeded to that vision. He listened to the word of God, and he followed through. So from that time, God has been calling His children from all over the world to gather there upon His mount in Jerusalem. Again, when Israel are in exile, you know, exile is punishment, and it is 441. They will realize the truth, which has the same gematria 441. And repent their way and return back to God and enter into the land, which is 441 Mishkan. The cycle will only stop when Israel finally realized the truth and returned to God. So this parasha is very enriched in the spiritual realm and in the physical realm. And it will be, I'm reading now from Devarim chapter 26 from verse 1. He said, and it will be that when you come into the land that Adonai your God gives to you as an inheritance, and you settle in it, and you should take from the first of all the fruit which comes from the land that Adonai your God gives you, and you shall place it in a basket and take it to the place where Adonai your God has chosen that His name should rest there, and declare before Adonai your God that an Aramean tried to destroy my fathers, and he went down to Egypt to sojourn there a while, and there he became a great and substantial nation. The Egyptians did us harm and afflicted us, and they put a yoke, a hard work upon us. And we cried out to Adonai, the God of our forefathers, and Adonai heard our voices and saw our pains and our bodies and our precious. And Adonai took us out from the land of Egypt with a strong hand and with a stretched out arm, with a great awesomeness and with a great signs and wonder. And He brought us to this place, and He gave us this land flowing with milk and honey. And now I am bringing the first fruit of the land that Adonai has given me. What does this mean? All this. It means a single word that we can classify all of them, the word gratitude. This week portion starts us very nice with this bikurim. This is bikurim mean the mitzvot of what to pay your tithe, your first fruit in the temple. So how does this work? It is very important for us to have the attitude of gratitude. It is very important for us to show the Holy One of Israel our thanks that what He has given us, actually that this is not ours, everything belongs to Him. Our Father wants us to be a giver. As he himself is a giver. He gave us life. He gave us light. He gave us the sun. He gave us the waters. He gave us everything on this planet free. Only asking us to be able to take control and to preserve this. When we plant, and your plant grows, and your plant begins to bring forth fruit, a farmer rejoices. Why? Because he knows that the time of harvest is coming soon. He can see the result of his labor. He's full of thanks in his heart. Oh, I did a good job. Because my fruit is coming very soon. But it is not I. If you look at it in a deeper sense, it is not I, but God himself. Because it is God that made that fruit or that seed to grow up. Everything that we have in life is not ours. It's to him, blessed be he. He said that everything that the man has is given to him from above. Nothing that we have in this world that is ours, but to him alone. So we should always show the attitude of gratitude in every situation in our life. You might say, how? I might say, oh, I'm not feeling fine now. I want me to be to show the attitude of gratitude. You might say that there's something or the other that is not going right, fine in my life now. I want me to be thankful. What should I be thankful for that? My brethren, if the Holy One of Israel open your eyes and you see the one that is even worse than yours, you are going to bow down instantly and say, God, I thank you. It is very important for us to always show gratitude to the Holy One of Israel. Blessed be he. In that situation that you think that you are, God is trying to teach you something. The Holy One of Israel is trying to open your spiritual eyes to see what you do not see or what you don't want to see. So in every situation in life, there is always a point that we should show gratitude and say, God, we thank you, or I thank you. So now I will try to quickly come back to this to the land matter. The land of Israel is a demanding land. This land is not like any other land. This land is an example of what God wants us as a humanity or as human beings to do. The pattern, the weather pattern, the topography of the land of Israel is unlike any other nation on the land. In the world, This agricultural bounty and prosperity are bound together in justice. The agricultural bounty, that is the harvest, the agricultural harvest, and prosperity of the land is intertwined in doing justice. The land is a demanding land. If you do not do justice in the land will spare you out. if we do not do justice in the land will kick us out. Because the land is a special land. The Holy One of Israel said, this is the land that my eyes is upon him 24 hours. Don't get me wrong, the eyes of the Lord, the God of our forefathers, is upon all the planet, yes. But in Jerusalem, in the land of Israel, is a special one. His care, his concern is very deeply in that land. So if we, as human beings that live there, refuse to do that which is right in the eyes of God, we will go into exile. So now, the land is always subject to the behavior and the attitude of the human inhabitants. It is the land of ultimate freedom. It is the land of ultimate free will. The free will in the sense of this is life, this is death. Choose. That's what the Holy One said. But I advise you to choose life. So in this land, if we choose life, the land will prosper us. The land will yield its best. There will be a lot of bounty and prosperity everywhere. But if we disobey, the land will kick us out. Because the land demands justice. The same thing coming out in a bigger sense now. The planet that we live in is a planet that demands justice too. If we human beings that live in this planet do not take care of the planet will eradicate us. Now, a lot of scientists are saying we're having unusual weather pattern. You see, the planet is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Why? Because of the human activities. Because of our advanced technology, the so-called. We pollute the planet with our own hand. Why the Holy One of Israel said we are holistic together with nature. But human being want to take itself out of nature, saying that I'm over nature. This is impossible to do. We are part of nature, and we have to respect nature. If we don't respect the planet, then the planet will surely kick us out. If we continue to pollute and refuse to listen as the nature is warning us and we refuse to listen, then the time will come that it's going to be dangerous. So the same thing is in a smaller scale is what is happening in the land of Israel. So we should always, in all cases, in all areas of our life, always show the attitude of gratitude. That we have a beautiful planet. For us to be able to keep this planet safe, all depends upon human being. All depends upon us, we, the inhabitants of the land. If we don't want to keep it safe, then the land, the planet, will kick us out, as it did before. we can see in the history of the planet how many animals has been extinct. Then if we humans refuse to listen, then we go extinct too. But if we follow the direction of the Torah, then we are bound to receive the bounty of the planet. Then we are bound to receive the blessing of the planet. Then there will be peace and prosperity in the planet. So this attitude of gratitude is very important. That I bring this fruit to your altar and I present them to you. Thank you. I'm not just acknowledging that you created the heavens and the earth. I am recognizing that everything that transpires in this world is only through your direct intervention. So it's simple miracles that we as grown up to accustomed with. I see through the twisted illusion of Olam. Olam will meet the world to come. The hidden Bereshit. Bereshit meaning the beginning. The world was created for the Bikurim. The first fruit. That we should have that mindset that we always accompany us to come to present the first fruit before the Holy One of Israel. The world was created to allow us the free will of choice. Of seeing Adonai's hidden hand in what is happening in our lives. The world was created for the people who understand the world. The world is created for the people that understand the world. No. The world, the universe, the planet is created for those that understand the planet. When you understand the planet, you will live long on the planet. When you understand the land will yield prosperity, blessing, glory, everything unto you. Because you understand the mechanism on how it works. But if you do not understand the mechanism how it works, then there will always be calamity and destruction. Because you are not doing it the right way. So what is the right way? The right way is the way of the Torah. He said the Torah is the tree of life. For those that take hold of it, it's going to give you life. When you come into the land that Adonai has given you, when you come to Holam Abba, that is the next word. The word that is given to you, because we can never actually end and deserve His pleasure. The word to come is given unto us free by the Holy One, blessed indeed. But we have to do the work. What work? The work of righteousness. obedient to the Torah. And that will give us the merit to inherit the world to come. All the needful, all the commandments, all the ordinances that the Holy One has commanded us, we have to keep them. We have to do them. That is something like it is old. That is nothing like, that is an old time, now it's a modern time. No. This commandment will work until the next war. So it is very important for us to walk the life of the Torah. Just like in a Haftorah, as he said in chapter 60 from verse 1, just a minute, please, let me open it. Arise and shine, for your light has arrived, and the glory of Adonai shine upon you. For behold, darkness will cover the earth, and the thick cloud will cover the kingdoms. But upon you Adonai will shine, and his glory will be seen upon you. So this the prophet is saying concerning Yerushalayim. The Holy One of Israel is consoling her. Even though if I punish you, I love you. I am the one that made you. I am the one that created this garden. The garden of Israel is mine. And I will glorify it. I will exalt it. I will magnify it. Because it is mine. We are in this garden. We are his children. And this is what is speaking concerning us. That he might have scattered us to the ends of the earth because of our own disobedience. But with great joy, with great happiness, is going to bring us back onto the mount of Yerushalayim. And there we will rejoice before him. All the wealth of the nation shall come. All the blessings of the people will come. Because this is the place that the Holy One of Israel, basically he has his joys and his eyes upon it. My people, the Holy One is calling us. God is calling us unto himself. We can see the miracle that he's doing now, bringing everybody into his kingdom. Awakening the DNA that is asleep in our bone. Just like what Isaiah or Ezekiel said, that the fire of God is burning in my bone. So the Holy One of Israel, basically, he is making his fire to be burning in the bone of everyone that he has chosen before the foundation of the earth. So my people, you are welcome to the kingdom. God is bringing us back unto himself. And God is leading us into Yerushalayim, where we are going to worship him in spirit and in truth. As Yohanan said in the book of Revelation that we just read, and the new Yerushalayim descended from above. And in this new Yerushalayim, there is no need for the sun, no need for the moon, for the glory of the Holy One will shine upon it. is his light. That is what the book of Isaiah said, the book of Isaiah. The same thing, the Torah that we just read. The light of the Holy One is his light. So the Mishnah in Sanhedrin states, a person has an obligation to say that the whole world was created for me. So when King David said this word, and when he echoed this sentiment, we can have in mind that the entirety of creation, large and small, ancient and modern, all was created for me. Alright, I'll come again. We can have that the entire creation, big or small, ancient or modern, old or new, all was created for me. That deep in the depth of gratitude endlessly. That shows us that the world is ours. The planet is created for man. Then we have to show the gratitude back to the Holy One, saying thank you. What is the purpose of the fruit? Is to show the gratitude. Is to tell the Holy One, thank you for what you've done for me. This is a commandment. It is very important for us to follow it through. But today, how can I do that? Since I don't farm. Today is what we call bring our tithe before Him. To tell Him, thank you for what you've done in my life. For giving me good health. For giving me the opportunity to be alive. For making me to go out and coming in safely. Because we need to understand that there are a lot of people that went out but they cannot come in. There are a lot of people that lay in the hospital in pain. They are even begging that God should take their life. But I thank you for making me to be healthy. There is a prayer that my people always pray. They say, it goes like this. I thank you, God, because you made me a man, not a woman. Why? People think, oh, that prayer is sexist. Oh, that's not a good prayer. We look down upon the women. No, that is not. The prayer actually is a prayer of showing the strength and the mind of the woman. Those who don't understand it, they think that it's a prayer to downgrade a woman. No. Because as a man, we understand what a woman always passes through every day. We know the hormone of a woman that goes up and down every minute, every second. We know the pain of pregnancy, the weight and the load going here and taking care of all the children. Women are great beings. So that is a prayer. That prayer is to say, God, I thank you because I cannot endure this pain. Because this pain that women actually are special. The same thing here now. You sing unto the Holy One, I'm showing in gratitude of everything you've done in my life. You are not saying, oh, you see, that man is because of his sin, that is why he's in hospital. No. It's because he has committed some bad thing, that is why he's suffering. Because that is our mentality. That is what we think about. But Yeshua taught us that that is not the case. Yeshua said this is to show the glory of God. This is for you to show gratitude to the Holy One. To tell him thank you. Tavo, to come in. When you come in, when you bring in all your fruit, when you bring in all the prosperity that the Holy One has blessed you with, then you shall lay it before the Kohen and recite all these things. I was in Egypt. The Arameans wanted to destroy us. Then my forefather descended into Egypt. There we became great and mighty. And the Egyptians dealt wickedly with our forefathers. And the Lord God listened to our prayer, what we cried unto him. And he took us out of Egypt. And he brought us to this land that flowed with milk and honey. Most of us can remember the country that we come from. God has brought us into the land of Canada for him to prosper us, to glorify us, to exalt us, to show his beauty in our lives. So in return, we have to show a sense of gratitude. To tell him, thank you. I'm coming home now. I'm bringing you all these things before you. Saying everything.